Hello, this is Aline from MasterYourWeb. You're watching HTML tutorial for absolute beginners, and this video will also be a theoretical one since we'll be talking about the head tag. So let's begin. Alright, so I think that you've seen the head tag already. It's basically the tag between the HTML opening tag and the body opening tag. I will just create our head tag for demonstration. Alright, so after deleting everything on the project, we will be creating our head tag, which is done as following, right? So this is the head tag, which is underneath the HTML opening tag and above the body opening tag. The head tag is basically a place in which we store different information about our project. We can store several things in it, such as the title of the project, some styling of the project, link to an external style, link to a JavaScript file, and so on and so forth. But those are basically the most important ones, and we will go through them. So in the beginning, I've mentioned about the title of the project. The way we add a title to a project is as following. So we create an opening tag for the title, and then we have the closing tag, and in between we will write something truly meaningful. Yo, this is my awesome title, triple exclamation mark. Let's hit save, and let's open that into the browser. And you can see that the title is being displayed here. Next, we have the styling. So we have the possibility to add some styling to our file directly in the head tag, although in the future it's not going to be a proper approach because we would like to have the styling into a separate file. And the reason for that would be to not have both HTML and also CSS on the same file. However, for now, it's good to know that we have that option to add the styling here as well. And that is done as following. In the head tag, we will create a new tag called style. Let's close it. And in between, we will create a body. We will reference the body and we will give it a background color of blue. And then we will reference a paragraph. All of the paragraphs. And we will give it a color of red. And in order for that to work, we actually need to create a paragraph. And let's actually check it out. Alright, so now you can see that the website is looking pretty amazing. The next thing is to actually create a separate file for styling, as I previously mentioned, and link that into our HTML file. For that, let's take a sneak peek into CSS and let's create a CSS file. We will go into the Visual Studio Code, we will press Ctrl N to create a new file, then we press Ctrl S to save it, and we will give it a name of style.css, and the extension, as I think you've noticed, is going to be the CSS. Let's hit save. Let's actually take those ones and paste them over here. Save that as well, and let's actually look into the browser to see how it looks. So yeah, of course that we don't have the CSS changes anymore, but not for long, because we will link that file into the HTML file. And for that, we'll create a link tag, rel style sheet, so that we know that we are dealing with a CSS file. And we have another attribute of href, which is going to be style.css. Let's hit save, and bam, you can see that the changes are displayed. Next, we have the option to reference a JavaScript file. The mechanism will be similar to referencing a CSS file, but with a different syntax. Let's actually look into Visual Studio Code, and the way we reference a JavaScript file is through the script tag. And this one is going to be a bit different from the link tag, because the link tag is going to be a self-closing tag, as opposed to the script tag, which also has the closing tag separately. So we have the script tag, and we have to give it a src of, I don't know, my awesome JavaScript file.js, and hit save. So that's basically the way of referencing a JavaScript file inside the HTML file. Alright, so those were the most common use cases for the head tag. The head tag is going to be useful especially when the project will grow, because then you will have multiple CSS and JavaScript files, and the head tag is going to be the place where you will include them. So that was all related to this topic. In the next video we'll be talking about adding comments in the code, so let's see each other then. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the content and if you consider that it's at least 1% relevant, then please leave a like, a share, and subscribe to the channel for more content. We'll see you on the next one.